in Auroville on the 17th of February 1991. It means more than 30 years. When I came up to Auroville, I was in the rickshaw night and going to my guest house. And for the second time in my life, I heard a voice which said to me, "You come to your home." 5 days after, I met Roger Angers, and I had a file with the photo of my work. He dived into the photo, that I could feel that. And after that, he asked me, "Do you have time?" And then I came back every day.
C'est essentiel que ça soit construit au niveau de l'expérience individuelle. On pourrait situer donc Auroville à l'inverse de la démarche traditionnelle de l'urbanisme contemporain.
My idea was to come to Auroville for 3 months, to make some notes of drawing, painting, and after coming back to my country.
Où il n'y aura pas de passeport, où il n'y aura pas de nationalité.
Roger was a motor. He was in an energy of creation constantly. And finally, I worked with him 17 years. It was just 1 month after my arrival. I have a wonderful dream. For the first time, I dreamed of the mother. The mother was sat on a very nice armchair, very decorated in wood, and I sat down. And she put her hand on my head, and she said to me, "My little, you have lots of work in Auroville to do, colors and sound." And I get up. Then my heart said, "Yes, but you have to come back to your country, to sell everything, and to come new." And Roger came to me and asked me, "Chantal, as you have seen, I am working for the 12 Pétales around the Mandir. Are you interested to research colors? Because every room around Mandir need a special color." And then I start to enter into this subject, the colors. And the definition of the color given by the mother to Satprem in 72. But it is very vague for a painter. Then I start to study color, drop after drop, without thinking of anything, of I want that or I decide this. Just research with totally emptiness in myself. And the mother gave for everyone a quality. Every quality was given to Satprem, to Roger Angers, same shape, same design, different colors. I was totally free to take one direction or another. But for myself, I need to know, following the teaching of Robindo and the mother, what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning really of sincerity? It was a research during more than 8 months. Then immediately I thought, yes, I need to find a material giving light, giving transparency or translucidity. Then only fiberglass was a solution. Here we have a shape of the mold for the 12 model. which going to every small meditation room around matrimony. Two things to follow. The freedom was totally only that the dimension of the mandalas or window shape and no light, just a small light behind the window. The first research flat became in relief. Suddenly, I got a phone from Jacqueline, Roger Angers wife. Hello, Shanta. One petal is finished. The construction of one petal is finished. We need you urgently. Come, please. And the first petal finished was generosity. From our garden. What is generosity? Then I took again my research, and the generosity is to give without bargaining, to give without thinking, I give back something. You give, and you give for the love of giving. Then it means it is a movement. And what I discovered when I had the shape, this oval shape, which is calculated at the scale of matrimony, something very generous, and with many alveoli like that, it was a moment very magical. Suddenly, the light started to come from the small pieces, and it was a light of sun. And so immediately my inspiration was more active because I discovered that for the 12. Then I continue my research. We have an oven, we have the technique. And a group in matrimony was working for the 5,000 or I don't know how many small square on glass with the gold inside and cooked in the oven. Then it was around me. I share the place. The time is running on. I jumped to sincerity. The sincerity is to have no preference, no sympathy, no antipathy, no attraction, no repulsion. When I read that, I was quite crying, because I felt that it is so high level. Yes, sincerity is the first one given by the mother and Robin. Then it means I take one like that. No discussion, no left side, right side, only from top down or from down to the top. Then I thought, oh, sincerity is in peace. It is here. Sincerity was a part of peace. Everything is included inside. I have to find, like a game. Yes, suddenly with receptivity, it was finished, and I felt bored, totally bored. And when I feel boring in my work, it is a red alarm. It is not acceptable. Then I stop. I had no inspiration at all more. Inspiration came with courage when I jumped to another manner to express myself, to make something unexpected. With mother, it is really like a ladder, step by step. This is a realization of a planet. Start the movement to make sculpture. And I start in small dimension until a big dimension, until this big dimension. Because I was connected with the universe when I was painting. But suddenly it must become in matter, not flat. To try to push this matter in another level. We can say divine, but everything is divine somewhere. I think the life comes in through that. maybe 3 years passed away. Again, I was called, Shanta, piece is totally ready, and now it is a moment to put the color. Then the energy came, moving. The color from the piece in the for the room. I put here. Of course, I have a connection with you, I'm sure. But more and more, it was not so known in myself. It was more light blue in the paintings, but with the time it became a deep blue that everybody said, yes, we cannot find a best solution. It is that. When it is that, there is no, oh, maybe, or no, it is that. The connection is ready-made. It is like to come and to take a bath. You come, you can stay 1 minute, you can stay 2 minutes, and you receive the vibration of the color, and inside the quality. And after that, you come back and you are charged with something, and you can work with the quality and with this vibration. Just a blue, the piece. Then this color gave the source of the other color. At this moment, it was a long travel, because this I found in Germany, but you can find in France also, pure pigment. And I show you. Then after this moment, I had to see what we have on the market in India. And finally, I was in my studio here, and I sat down on the ladder, and I was not so polite with the mother. I said to the mother, "Mother, you are not in your body. You are not in life like that. I cannot speak with you. But please, I am stuck. Give me a sign. Give me a company of painting, and then I can work for you." And it was morning. End of the afternoon, I came back to my atelier. I take the same position, quite the same position. I had my trapeze also here. I went to the trapeze and looking, balancing like that. And suddenly my eyes went to the shelf where I have my material. And suddenly I discovered something that I bought 2 or 3 years ago, before starting the Pétales. I went back from the trapeze. I went directly to the shelf, take the glass with color, and the company was Indian, and it is powder. And it was written, it was like a brevet in Switzerland, not at all dangerous, proved by that and that, and it was powder. Then immediately my eyes opened, and I think, yes, it is a solution. I can try. And I went to Pondy. I bought some boxes. I ordered. I start to mix and so. Perfect. And it was the way to make all the painting. During the whole day, we paint that in silence. Such concentration. It was like we were in the atmosphere, above the earth. When I was a little girl, I had a huge garden, and it was my secret I gave to 2 trees. It was a tree 500 years. He knew everything from my childhood, my nest, and also the smell of eucalyptus. From my childhood, I wished to become a doctor. When any child or adult fell down, immediately this little shy girl ran to put some bandage or some alcohol. And every time I had this small blue luggage with a red cross. When I got 18, this wish was always there. And one day, it was summer, my mother came to me and said, Chantal, I read in the newspaper there is competitive examination to enter into the fine arts in Nizza. But she insists somewhere. And then at the end I said, why not? Then I got a very old box with watercolors. Then I went to the examination with that. And we were at this time 250. And in the middle of the hall with a big dish with only apples. Suddenly, the time stopped. Everything stopped. Also, the teenager around me. And I became apples. I fell down into the apples. And what I remember that at this place here started a fire. It was quite at the limit of painful. And I paint in this state the full day, morning and evening. And finally, I came back to my home, and I said to my mother, I am not a doctor, I am a painter. Then a new life starts, the new life and the real life. I was 22, 23. And I was at the end of this painting. And on my left side, suddenly, I heard for the first time in my life a voice. Very, very clear. Okay. You find your vocation, and the voice speaks. You find your vocation, and now the human being and God. I turn my face to see who is speaking. The meaning was, okay, you work for yourself only. The talent came like that, and your vocation. But you are in the world, and the other exists. I made this painting in 1976. Never heard about Auroville. Nothing. When I met Roger for the first time, this painting was in the file with photos. And when he has seen that, he looked at me. It was 3 days after my arrival in Auroville. Matrimonial, I have not seen the amphitheater, nothing. But it is exactly that. He looked at her and said to me, "It is you or me, make this." The painting was like my initiator. It was my guide somewhere, the painting. The painting pushed me until a limit. And then I have to jump to the spiritual dimension. And then it was the beginning of the long way until here. The first contact with matrimonial in 91 when I discovered this huge sphere. First, of course, I was from a long time very, very touched by sphere. Then to see in the atmosphere, in this desert, this big sphere, totally nude, just a construction. The beauty of this room this purity, pure silence. Of course, it touches. We surrender. It is a beauty from another world, but somewhere known from us. We recognize this beauty. In this huge white chamber, for myself, it is a call for divine. And the petals, I see the complementarity. And the 12 rooms are more for me personal. The 12 rooms can be really a laboratory of changing ourselves. And it is really a tool to progress, to call for another level of consciousness.
Sincerity. Humility. Gratitude. Perseverance. Aspiration. Receptivity. Progress. Courage. Goodness. Generosity. Equality. Peace.
At the end, every quality becomes one. Because really, in the essence of one, you need the others.
But all this is in the future. It is a future which has begun, but which will take some time to be realized integrally. Meanwhile, we are in a very special situation, extremely special, without precedent. We are now witnessing the birth of a new world. It is very young, very weak, not in its essence, but in its outer manifestation, not yet recognized, not even felt, denied by the majority. But it is here, making an effort to grow, absolutely sure of the result. But the path to it is a completely new road, which has never before been traced out. Nobody has gone there, nobody has done that. It is a beginning, a universal beginning. So it's an absolutely unexpected and unpredictable adventure.